If you've been told you can't wear certain eyeshadows at a certain age, well, do I have a video for you. Today, I'm with the talented Jennifer Duvall from Jenny Sue Makeup, and she's going to teach an old dog a few new tricks.
That is the fun part about makeup, is you can always get a fresh perspective on your look. And we've already given Beth her look, but we're going to take you step by step through how we gave her this look today.
So stay tuned.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to start off by pushing the brow hairs downward to
I
get started.
I have never done that before, so I think that's a really good tip because I really liked your thought process behind it, which is?
So the reason you brush them downward is because we are going to connect all of the root of the hairs on the brows. Literally going to do short strokes to connect the roots, because you don't really want to fight against your natural brow line because it will end up looking very fake.
Mm-hmm.
So if you follow the natural progression of your brow hairs, the roots of them, you will get a more natural look overall. We're just really trying to get them as symmetrical as possible, but like I told you before, brows are sisters, not twins. Mm-hmm. Don't get too caught up on trying to make them look too symmetrical.
I like that. Sisters, not twins.
Yeah, they're sisters, not twins. And then one big point I always want to make is when you're pulling the tail of the brow out, make sure you're trying to go towards the middle of your ear. Don't pull it any lower because you don't want to get McDonald's arches eyebrows. A lot of people tend to just take it down. You want it to go outward.
Kind of at a slant.
Kind of a slant.
Okay, so I like that. So it's my mid-ears.
Yeah, just kind of think mid-ears where you want the tail to head toward. All right, so then we're going to take our brush. We're going to brush the hairs upwards and kind of see where we're at. And a lot of things with brows, like if you're doing them at home, a lot of us tend to just sit there and have the mirror really close, and we'll do both of them, and then we're just like done. Mm-hmm. You've got to stand back with your mirror and see if they're lining up, because a lot of times they will not be lined up at all if you're
that close.
You always have to take a step back. Okay. Because you think about it, people are looking at you from arm's length. No one else is looking at you this close.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so at the end of the brows, just make sure you taper them off. And they're not the same. Yeah. You know, you want a progression fuller in the front and a little bit thinner as you go out. Okay, how do you feel about that?
I like them.
Okay, good. Mm-hmm.
I do. I have a nice little arch,
but
they're not exaggerated.
Exactly.
They're framing my eyes.
They're framing your eyes.
I like it.
So then if you do want some, it depends on your eyebrow hairs. If you want your brows to have a little bit more stickiness, you can use any sort of, you can use a tinted brow gel.
Mm-hmm. At the very, very end.
At the very end.
Do you like to do that because it stays in place?
Yes.
Or, okay.
I think it helps to, I do love a pomade because it does have better staying power than a pencil in my opinion. But I always think to lock in the brows, especially in the heat. And some people's faces just eat makeup. And so to add a little bit of extra something to keep them in place is always good. So, and also a clear mascara, just like this is a Great Lash Maybelline. Clear mascara works just as good, very inexpensive.
That's a good tip.
And just brush it through the brows to get it to lock in place. Mm-hmm. And another brow tip, I'm just going to give you all the tips that I've got. If you don't want to buy an extra product to lock it in, just take your hairspray, spray it on a spoolie or an eyebrow brush or a toothbrush, and rake it immediately through, and the hairspray will also lock in the hairs.
Oh, that's a great idea too. Yeah. So clear mascara.
Clear mascara, a tinted brow gel, or hairspray.
Or hairspray on your spoolie brush.
Just like that. Like your spoolie brush you already have on your pencil. It would work the same way.
Good tips.
Okay. So brows are done.
Okay.
So now we're going to light ivory color.
Okay.
We're literally going to go all over your eye bed first.
Okay. I do that.
Really focusing on the eyebrow bone.
Okay. So
you really want that to pop.
Jennifer, when did you decide you wanted to be a makeup artist?
When did I decide? Well,
or you just have always loved makeup?
I've always loved makeup and always did it for all of my girlfriends in college. And I was a ballet dancer growing up, and so I always had to have, extreme makeup for the stage. Yeah. And I almost loved that more than I did actually dancing. All right, so what I'm going to do next is after I did your all over color with the white, I do love to mix. Mm-hmm. You're okay with that. Mm-hmm. So because there are some matte colors in here, I love to mix mattes and shimmeries together. I don't like an all shimmery eye, and I don't like an all matte eye all the time. So
that's a good tip, because I think sometimes when I put matte on, I just feel, again, washed out. And that's one of the things that I'm just feeling like my makeup is so washed out. And that could be, because I think the over 50, over 60 women, I think we get afraid of shimmery shadows.
Oh, I know. And that's like one of those terrible rules that people are told when they get older. They can't wear shimmeries. No, you can. It's just all about placement. And, you know, these are shimmers. These are not glitter. Yes, glitter. I mean, unless it's for editorial or for fun purposes, wear glitter. Wear whatever you want. Right. But, you know, if you want it to accentuate and enhance your features, a shimmery shadow placed correctly is beautiful. Yeah, we're going to knock out all those beauty rules today.
I like that, because I don't like any rules.
I don't like any rules either.
The rules, and I love,
there's no rules. There's no rules. So I'm going to mix the gold with the rose gold. Okay. So I'm going to mix these two together.
Rose gold. Okay. So
I do love to mix.
Okay.
One of my biggest things is when I start with eyeshadow, a lot of people don't think about this, but you have the most color on your brush when you dipped it in your palette and you're putting it on your eyelids. So we want most of the drama to be on the outside of the eyes, not on the inside. So don't start on the inside and drag out, because you're depositing the most color then. Start on the outside and brush inward.
Okay, so outside in.
Outside in. And so I'm going to apply the shimmery shades from your lash line to your socket, to your crease, which is where you can feel, I mean, you can feel your eye socket right there. And so I'm going to start from the outside, and I'm going to brush it in. Eye bed, if you've already put on foundation and concealer, you're just letting those dark flecks sit in there, and you're undoing what you've already done. So do eyes first, clean off the eye bed, and then move on to your skin.
And then outside in.
Yeah, start from the outside in, because you want it to gradually just get lighter as you go in towards your tear duct area. Yeah, this combination is really pretty.
Now, what brush are you using for this?
So I'm using kind of like a smaller tapered brush to fit on your eyelid. You don't want something super big, because then you're going to get too much color everywhere. But I do like a tapered, kind of a rounded type brush for this area of the eye. And I fold up a Kleenex on the end. You can use a business card, whatever you want, something with a straight edge, because I like to give myself kind of like a stencil of where I want the shadow to go. Everything with our eyes, as we get older, we want everything to go up. Up.
Because everything's going down.
Everything's going down. Just kind of like with your eyebrows. You don't want them McDonald's arches coming down. You want everything to go upward. So this creates a nice kind of stencil for your shadow to go upwards. All right, so take a look at that. So those are our shimmery shades.
I like it.
And I always tell women, if you think you've blended enough, blend some more. You've never blended enough. You do want everything to be soft, and you don't want to know where one color starts and one color stops, unless it's, you know, something you're going for dramatic. But for every day, you want it to be soft. Okay, so now I'm going to play up your crease. And we're literally just going to play it up on the outside. I don't want a lot of darkness on the interior. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw basically a sideways V on the side of your eyes to accentuate this eye socket. Okay. So for this, I'm going to use your matte browns that you never use.
I know.
We're going to mess it up with that. I am going to mix.
I guess that's my first mistake.
That's not a mistake. It's just, well, you get to where you're comfortable with a look. You need someone else to just tell you to try something new. So we're going to, I'm actually going to, again, I'm going to mix your brown with your more of kind of, this is kind of like a burnt reddish color, like a sienna color. So I'm going to mix the brown with the burnt sienna. So again, I'm drawing it from the outside inward. And I'm taking the V about to the midway point on your lash line as well. All right, so look at this before I blend it in. So you can kind of see I've made a V. And then I'm going to softly just like push it all, again, I'm going to push it all inward so it blends together.
Okay, yeah, I see the difference between both eyes. So,
yeah. Okay, this is pretty. All right, what do you think of that so far? Well, and it's good to have.
You need a good foundation, though.
Yes.
You know, and you really do need the proper tools.
For sure.
You just always do. And I think that was also something that I didn't really pay attention to until maybe like 10 years ago. It's like, you know what? I think the tools are half the battle.
Oh, for sure.
I like it. Because you know what?
It's nice and warm.
Yeah, it is. Because I'm light here on the inside.
Yeah, you got to keep it light on the interior. All of the drama needs to be out here on the outside.
Yes.
Okay, so now we are going to go on to
I want you to do my makeup every day.
eyeliner.
Jennifer.
Well, sure, you know where I live, so you can always come over. Okay, so I am going to use black eyeliner, which is another one of those beauty rules that they say don't do when you've gotten older.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree, it does look very stark if you just put on black eyeliner and you're like, okay, I'm done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the black eyeliner to give you drama for that lash line. I'm just going to make it very, very thin. That's the thing. Make it super thin.
Okay.
And it won't make your eyes look tired.
Okay.
But I'm going to immediately, once I apply it, I'm going to immediately put your dark espresso brown shadow on top. Because one thing is it does lock your eyeliner in no matter what eyeliner you're using. You add a shadow on top, it locks that eyeliner in.
I like that.
And it will also blur.
Sense.
It'll blur the lines. Like, no one can get their eyeliner perfect.
See, that's me. That's why I always like to kind of just smudge it.
Yes. You got to smudge it.
Because I can't get a perfect line on there.
Even you're going to see that I can't get it perfect. So I like to fudge a little and use like a little bitty, tiny, skinny eyeliner brush. And I'll immediately put your dark brown espresso on top to lighten it. Alright, so now I'm going to take
the dark
espresso brown and immediately go on top. Another thing about putting the eyeshadow on top is, you know, sometimes it's hard to get your eyeliner right into the lash line. In between the lashes, there's always like little fleshy parts that show. And so the little flecks of eyeshadow do drop down nicely into your lash line. Sorry, Taco decided he wanted to be a part of your video.
You have a blog.
I do.
Which I'll link up.
Oh, thank you.
And you also have a YouTube channel, I believe.
I do. I need to get a little bit better.
I keep telling you.
I know how important it is.
Yeah.
I know.
It's hard though.
It is hard.
It's hard to juggle everything.
It is.
And Jennifer also has 3 children.
They take up a little bit of time.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. All right, I'm going to go to the other eye and do this.
And you're on Instagram too.
And I'm everywhere. Instagram, Facebook.
You have a lot of really good, yes, you're on Facebook too, but I love your Instagram stories because you're always bringing daily tips to your readers. I love that. You're really good about that.
And I've come to find out that my readers they like my budget beauty finds. Like, of course, everyone's, you know, they'll splurge when they need to, but I'm finding that I get more people are excited when I tell them stuff they can get from Target or Walgreens or CVS, or even Ulta.
Well, do you ever do those dupes? Like, okay, here's the high end, and then here's the
I do love to do dupes, because I myself like them.
Yeah.
And if you don't have to spend a lot of money, you know, I tell women, like, you don't have to spend a ton of money for your makeup. You don't have to look good. Yeah, squeezing the eyelashes is a big deal. It is very helpful, and it just opens the eye bed so much. And I do like the metal ones. I always tell people don't get a plastic.
So this is my question. How long should I keep my mascara? Because
mascara typically it loses its luster 3 to 4 months in because you're opening and closing
all the time, right?
Yeah, it dries out.
Okay.
So I always tell people to just take a Sharpie marker and write on your tube when you bought it, so you realize, because you'll be surprised how long you'll keep one.
I know,
and then you'll be like, why does it look good anymore? It's because it's dried out.
I've done that. Yes.
Yeah. So I always say put a just use a Sharpie marker and write the date that you bought it. All right, look it down. So I'm using L'Oreal Lash Paradise, which is actually the
Lash Paradise.
It is the knockoff version, in my opinion, of your Better Than Sex.
Well, it even looks like it.
I know.
Okay. Okay.
Even the wand is very similar in shape.
I like the tip then.
The Better Than Sex one is a little bit skinnier in the center, but the formula is pretty darn close. So, Christian, are you learning a lot of things right now?
Yeah.
A lot of applicable skills, right?
You're learning some makeup skills right now.
I'm taking notes.
You're gonna be so knowledgeable.
He's like, what did I get myself into?
All right, so just kind of look up and that way for me. And this is almost kind of like a pinky shade. So it's not as stark as the white,
Okay.
but it still really brightens up the eye bed.
Okay. Because as I said, I was using the white, so I'm gonna take a look at this pinky one.
Yeah, I like the pink. It's a very soft look. And when you're doing the inner waterline, I do suggest, even for personal use, when you've got your pencil, wipe it off on a Kleenex in between eyes. You don't want to share things in between your eyes. You never know.
Yeah.
So, like, you see me always taking my Kleenex and wiping off, like, eyeliners. It's
That's a good idea.
just so you don't
I like
travel
that.
things. All right, so now we're about to really bring this look home with concealer. This is like the big aha moment.
Okay.
So I'm going to use an IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. I love
Yeah, I
this.
think I have that.
Actually.
Uh-huh.
All right, so look up for me. So when I do concealer, I do it in a V shape. So I get all the way into the tear duct area.
Mm-hmm. And then down.
And then down, and then I take it up the temple as well. So I'm going to
Okay.
show you this before I rub it in. So yeah, all the way in the inner tear duct area because that gets really dark in there. Concealer brush, you can see, super
Okay.
tiny. So I would just take a little bit of concealer and I would just spot treat anywhere that I see that's a little dark.
Okay.
We've done her eyes, we've done her eyebrows. Now we're working on concealer underneath this eye, and then we're going to go to this eye and brighten it up. But she is looking.
I love my eyes. I really, really do. I think they really are popping.
They
and
are
that's what
popping.
I wanted.
Yes, those blue eyes are looking very blue right now. The blush is a great contrast to your eye color. So like look in the mirror.
Mhm.
See where there's no blush right there. I mean your eyes still pop, but like with the pink, it just
Big
makes the
difference.
color pop even more.
Sure does. I like this color actually.
Yeah, this is an oldie but goodie from MAC. It's been around a long time. All right, so part your mouth slightly. No huge trick here. Just follow your lip line. If you want them to appear a little fuller, it's okay to go a little bit outside of the lip line. Just don't go nuts because there is a fine line of looking super big. But you can go a little bit outside if you want. But definitely fill it in because you don't want to get caught with your lip color, whatever you use, lip gloss or lipstick, fading during the day, and then you just have this awkward lip line, you know.